Hello YouTube, it's FA212 here, and today I will show you the apps that actually work with iOS 4.3.1. As most of you guys know, that the new untethered jailbreak for iOS 4.3.1 just came out today per se. So today I'll show you the apps that actually do work with iOS 4.3.1, because most of you are wondering what you should get as soon as you jailbreak. So we're going to start with the Infinis. As most of you know, Infiniboard, Infinidock, and Infinifolders has been very popular amongst us. So I made a cool little page specifically to show you if they work. Here, as you can see that Infiniboard does work, so you can have an unlimited amount of apps on any one page. And here's an example of Infinifolders. As you can see, you could have more. This is like a whole page of apps in a folder, so that's a pretty handy thing to get. Infinifolders and Infiniboard. Next, be Gridlock. As you can see here also in this page, that Gridlock does work on iOS 4.3.1. So you can put your apps anywhere you want. MobileVolumeSound also works perfectly on the iOS 4.3.1. LockInfo, just to get all your info like your Twitter feeds, your notifications, missed calls, email, etc., and weather, all in your lock screen. So that's a pretty good thing that it works on iOS 4.3.1. So that's LockInfo. The next thing I'll show you is Covert. If most of you like to use the mobile Safari app, Covert is technically a tweak that puts into Safari to actually allows you for private browsing. So you could just go private browsing. There you go. Private browsing won't save anything in your history and all that. Another thing that does work is home page in Safari. As you can see, if I open up a new page, it won't be a blank screen. Instead, it will be whatever home page you assigned it to. So let's exit private browsing here. The next thing I'll show you guys is that Safari Download Manager does work on iOS 4.3.1. As you can see, there's the Dev Team's blog. So we'll just scroll down, and as you can see, let's say I want to download Red Snow on my iPod Touch. And there you go. There'll be a download attachment. All I have to do is click there. And there you go. Now you could download the download to. We'll just say download. And you can see it's downloading at a pretty good rate. So you can see Safari Download Manager does work with iOS 4.3.1. Another thing for your lock screen, guys, besides LockInfo, is called ClockHide. So ClockHide, if I didn't have that app installed, then you would have seen the Apple clock on top of this HTC thing. So ClockHide will make it look better by getting rid of it instead of having two clocks at the same time. The next thing, guys, will be Backgrounder. Backgrounder, I got a copy because it's not updated to iOS 4.3.1 yet, but I got the thing from, who was it, Arperchich? No. By the way, he posted up a link on his Twitter feed installing it, on how to install it, so I installed it anyways, and it works perfectly great. As you can see up there, you get the little badges and whatnot to actually make sure Backgrounder works. So Backgrounder will come out soon, and it's supported by iOS 4.3.1. The next thing will be myOS, guys, and as most of you know, if you haven't ever used it, myOS is technically something that's going to be appear in your settings, and you can turn on or off all these features. Like you can turn off home screen wallpaper, multitasking, HDR, app store, unified iPod. As you can see, there's my unified iPod, and if I hold this, the voice command won't work. And for the HDR, if I open up the camera app, you'll see that, just give it a second. Alright, let's put it to photo. If I put it on camera app, you can see that the HDR is off or on, and then you could actually change those settings on your on your settings as well by going there, photos, and then whether or not you want to keep normal photos. So myOS does work. The next thing, you guys, will be everybody's favorite tweak, which is SBSettings. It's like the first thing everybody downloads as soon as they get their device jailbroken. So if I go to brightness, you could change your brightness high or low. You get your processes, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. So everybody knows the gist of SBSettings. The next thing, guys, will be multi-flow. As I just showed you, that multi-flow does work with iOS 4.3.1. And if you want to change the settings, every setting does work. Like if I go here and go to multi-flow, and I put the switcher style to cards, I will get the card style. So, and then if I just want to get rid of something, I just, most of you get the point. So, just double tap. It does work alongside with the Apple's multitasker. It's just that I put multi-flow to work with double tapping. So the Apple multitasker won't work for me right now because I don't want it. The next thing, guys, Winterboard does work. I use Winterboard to make these names whiter, so it looks a lot neater than it did before. The next thing, guys, will be iFile. As most of you know, in case you downloaded something from Safari Download Manager that has a DEB, then you could actually open this up and actually install it instead of going to Cydia. So this is a good way to actually go into your iPod's folders and files to see what you have installed, get rid of some stuff you don't need. But of course, you need to be careful with what you delete, what you add, so that way you won't mess up your iPod or anything like that. So iFile does work. AppStat does work as well. So AppStat does work with 4.3.1, and it just tells you the apps you have used, how many times you've used it, and for how long. As you can see, I use settings a lot, FaceTime a lot, YouTube I use it a lot. So you could just see what kind of apps you use. This is not very accurate. Like, I just jailbroke it this morning, so it's not very accurate on how many times I've actually used the app per day. Well, either way, guys, and the last tweak I'll show you that works with 4.3.1 is everyone's second favorite app, Barrel. Barrel does work with iOS 4.3.1, so guys, if you like the cool little effect when you're switching pages, well, there you have it. It does work with iOS 4.3.1. So yeah, guys, please comment, rate, subscribe if you think this guide was helpful on what actually works with iOS 4.3.1. Any future guides, I'll probably post up a video. Any more apps I find that actually work with iOS 4.3.1, then I'll make a video about the new ones, the upcomings, or anything that's being upgraded that will work with iOS 4.3.1. Guys, if you want me to test out an app, I'll be more than happy to test it out, see if it works for iOS 4.3.1, and I'll make a video just to let you know that it does, that specific app you asked for does work. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and this has been FA212, and I'll catch you next time.